Are the Dyker Heights Christmas lights worth visiting while you are in New York City? Hi, I'm Megan Murad, a licensed New York City tour guide, and today I am going to take a familiarization tour with the Guides Association of New York City. And this is led by Jeremy Wilcox, and he is leading a tour of Dyker Heights. A familiarization tour is one of the amazing things that the Guides Association of New York City offers to other tour guides, where they get to take tours offered by their colleagues for free to learn more about a neighborhood. And this is my third time taking Jeremy's because I love it so much. So I'm going to put the information in the comments below. In this video, I am going to show you some of my favorite Christmas lights, share with you some information that Jeremy shares about the lights and about the neighborhood. I'm going to show you the best place to stock up on cookies and give you some tips and tricks for having your very best Dyker Heights experience. So, is Dyker Heights worth it? Let's find out. But first, make sure that you click subscribe so you never miss a New York Minute.
Yeah, muffin talk. Ooh, muffin talk. Muffin talks, bringing healing to those who need them most.
Dyker Heights goes all out. It's known as King of the Christmas Lights. There are so many tours offered of Dyker Heights, Brooklyn, and the holiday lights. I love to take it with Jeremy Wilcox. I will link his tour company in the comments below. He just embodies the Christmas and holiday spirit and is so knowledgeable. So I'm going to show you the holiday lights. Apparently the lights in Dyker Heights are so great that this house isn't even worth stopping at, which I think is pretty crazy because when I grew up in Florida, that would have been king of the Christmas lights. We have just entered the area of Dyker Heights that is really, really elaborate. Apparently this isn't even one of the most elaborate houses, but something that Jeremy just told us is that this is a pretty residential neighborhood. It's a neighborhood that normally, if you were taking a tour of New York City, you wouldn't come to just because it's so residential. And apparently the houses here cost between $1 and $3 million, which sounds really elaborate, but when you get a house that's pretty big in size compared to a studio apartment in Manhattan for that same price, it's a pretty good deal. This is the first house that Jeremy took us to. Look at this stunning nativity scene. Look at this. It is so beautiful and detailed. The angel. There you go. This is the most beautiful nativity scene that I have ever seen. This is so impressive. I'm personally staring at this house and am amazed at how beautifully decorated it is. Apparently, this is one of the more modest homes in Dyker Heights, so I can't wait to see what's coming next. This house has a Santa's workshop theme. We have a reindeer and Santa Claus leading a sing-along. This is so magical. We just had 12 tour guides singing Winter Wonderland with Santa and the reindeer. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he is Parson Brown. This is a very important place to know about. This is the Tasty Pastry Shop, and it's an Italian bakery where you can go and stock up on cookies for your intrepid journey to find Christmas lights. Apparently, as we walk towards 10th and 11th Avenues, the houses will get bigger and bigger, which gives more room for decoration. So here we have sort of a Nutcracker themed house. I don't know if you can hear the music. It's a little out of tune, which is killing my inner musician. But it's beautiful and kind of quaint because it does look like actual Christmas toys are playing the music. This house is kind of a bah humbug house, but look how beautiful it is. We have a house that is decorated in these beautiful white lights. You'll see that the house is for sale. Jeremy looked it up. It's for sale for $4.2 million. Such a deal. He also pointed out that you have this sign that says B&R on it That is who actually decorated the building. And apparently a lot of these houses hire professional decorators to come and decorate their buildings. And the lights start going up, some of them the week before Thanksgiving, but really you want to wait until after Thanksgiving to start coming out to see the lights. I do want to say, as we are walking more towards the main part of Dyker Heights, where we're going to start to see the fireworks of lights, if you will, that we start to see a lot of very large groups. Some of the groups look like they have 40 to 45 people in them. I think that these are the groups that, like, you take a coach bus out here, and there's only one guide for each of those groups. So if you're looking for a tour, I would say really try to find a tour that caps the number of guests, because the sidewalks are narrow and you want to have time to take photos and really enjoy the lights. This house that we are approaching has 50,000 green twinkling lights. But more importantly, they're actually raising money for Michael's cause, which is fighting Duchenne muscular dystrophy. So the owner of this house, his friend's son has Duchenne muscular dystrophy. So they allow him to use all of these lights to raise awareness. And apparently a lot of different houses here in Dyker Heights are helping to raise money for charity. So this is a great cause. And the tour guides all donated. The owner of this house said that until he actually met Michael, he never really had a reason to light the house. He lit the house because everyone in Dyker Heights was lighting their houses up with these twinkling lights. But now he's actually able to do it for a purpose, because people come from all over the world to look at this beautiful decoration job, and he's able to use it to collect money and raise awareness about Michael's cause. We are now approaching one of the most Instagrammable houses in all of Dyker Heights. This actually makes a really fabulous photo if you get right in front of the word believe. As you can see right now, there's quite a line to take a photo there. So I don't know if I'm gonna wait right now, but I can tell you it's totally worth it. They actually have their entire own Instagram page that you can find on Instagram and see the beautiful photographs. Their Instagram account is 1023xmas, so you can see all the beautiful Instagram photos on their account. I made it to the front of the building, the most Instagrammable building. I'm gonna take my backpack off. The great video or the great photo taken is from behind as you look up at the word believe. It's so cool. Not to be outdone, across the street is actually really beautiful as well. This one has a much more classic Christmas feel. I love it so much. These are quite beautiful as well. I love the lighting over the sidewalk. Look at this whole block. Growing up in Florida, oh, this would have made me so happy. It still makes me happy. Look at these windows. Like video snow scenes? But it's not video. Is it video? Whatever it is, it's really cool, the snow scenes. And look at this little Santa. He's gonna poke out. Imagine getting Santa as your Christmas gift. This house features Santa, some reindeer, some snowmen, and, oh, here's Santa waving hello, and a giant skeleton that's apparently left over from Halloween. But you know, candy cane, Santa hat, he's ready to party this holiday season. When we approached this house, I was so distracted by all of these lights that I missed the fact that there's Santa in the window. Oh my goodness. I think he's looking for his cookies. I'm always looking for cookies. He has to go to Tasty Pastry to get the cookies here. That's so cool. This house looks very impressive until You go across the street. So here we have another one of the extremely Instagrammable houses here in Dyker Heights. And as Jeremy pointed out, if you look up at the top, look at these blinking eyes on the Nutcracker. Do you think they're creepy or cool or both? Let me know in the comments. These are all private residences, and apparently they used to have, or they probably still do have, a lot of trouble with people running up to the front door to take photographs. So they have gotten very creative and decorative with how they say, keep off of our stairs, and they are able to maintain some semblance of privacy. Oh, and there we see B&R again. We have reached the Spata house. Lucy Spata is the woman that's credited for really bringing this incredible holiday lighting tradition to Dyker Heights. It is a very over-the-top house. It just exudes holiday cheer from every single corner. And apparently every single year she adds a new decoration. Even though it looks like there's no room, she finds room. Look at these decorations. We have everything. There is a nativity scene, we have nutcrackers, we have angels, we have elves, we have snowmen, we have reindeer, we have a choir. Here is another nativity scene, giant Santa face, snowflakes, and stars. So this is the Spata house. I'm going to turn around. You're gonna see that there's a big crowd. There's always a big crowd outside the Spata house, and they even have police making sure that the crowd stays calm, and also making sure the crowd doesn't pour out onto the street, because it is a residential neighborhood and cars have to get to and from their homes. Oh my goodness, I love the holiday cheer. We're waiting outside of this house because it sprays foam snow. We don't see, you can see it on Jeremy's lightsaber, and we want to see it actually spray, but we don't know what the timing is, so fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Is it gonna snow? Oh my goodness!
You believe in Santa?
It's Santa! Santa's here making it snow!
All right, everyone. Get ready.
Here it goes! Yes! Go run in, it's fine! Yes! Oh, this is so magical. Take that, Rockefeller Center. You don't get magical foam snow at Rockefeller Center. Look at how much the kids love it too! Did anybody else grow up dancing in the Nutcracker every year? I always played a mouse and then one of the little kids that jumps out of Mother Ginger's skirt. So every time I see a Nutcracker, it takes me back in time to when I was a kid. They always make me happy. It's hard to compete with foaming snow and Lucy Spata's house, but this one has a special place in my heart. What do you think? Does the style of this house look like the Home Alone house? It's not the Home Alone house, but it kind of looks like the Home Alone house, so it takes us back in time to when we first saw that movie. It apparently took 6 workers to put the lights on this house. As beautiful as this is, I'm very, very partial to this house on this side because we have these dancers on the roof. And growing up dancing, the Nutcracker just brings back all of my childhood memories of the Christmas season. So we have a Nutcracker who's dancing, and then these ballerinas who are dancing. Growing up, my family had a music box that looked almost identical to these Victorian style carolers outside of this Dyker Heights home. So again, I'm feeling transported back in time to when I was a kid. And look how unique this tree is, how they decorated it. And And I always dreamed of having candy canes that lined the path to my front door. Here we have more of those Victorian carolers. Really beautifully decorated home. We just finished up our tour with Jeremy Wilcox. It was so much fun. I'm happy to say that the 2021 lights did not disappoint in any way. Perhaps in some ways they are better than ever. So some tips and tricks for enjoying your time out in Dyker Heights. First of all, there's going to be a lot of walking and you're going to be outside the whole time. So make sure that you wear comfortable shoes and make sure that you dress warmly because it's December in New York City. It is going to be cold. We saw a lot of groups walking around Dyker Heights, which is wonderful because I do strongly recommend that you take a tour when you are here. However, some of these groups got really large. They had 40 or 45 people in that group and one guide. And in my opinion, that's just too large for Dyker Heights because the sidewalks really aren't that wide. So you take up too much of the sidewalk, you end up spilling out into the street. You can't get close and hear the guide, and you can't really get close enough to the lights to take photographs of the houses and of yourself with the houses, which is part of the whole point of going out to Dyker Heights. So I would recommend if you do book a tour, you want to find a tour that limits the number of people on the tour. My personal recommendation would be no more than 20. Jeremy says that he likes to limit his tours to 12 people on the tour. So you make sure that you get a really nice, intimate experience. Also, apparently the closer to Christmas that it gets, the more and more crowded Dyker Heights gets. And also it's obviously more crowded on the weekends than on the weekdays. So if you want to avoid the crowds, go after Thanksgiving, but don't go too close to Christmas and make sure that you go on a weekday. And that way you can get really, really great views of the homes. So I hope that you enjoyed this glimpse into Dyker Heights. I hope that you are excited about visiting yourself. Let me know if you go or if you've been out here before. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you click subscribe so you never miss a New York Minute.